Hey, how's it hanging? Thanks for watching another episode of Funboxing with Bob. Clearly, I'm Bob. There's one dude in the title, and I'm the only dude here. I'm wiping down this figure we're going to talk about. We're going to open them up. We're keeping them safe. Outside, there's rain, there's precipitation, there's thunder, there's lightning, and the way we unbox toys is frightening. Bada bing, it's going to be bananas. We're going to have a good time. I'm excited to talk about this 25th anniversary Stalker right here. And one of the reasons is I've always been more of a Sunbow cartoon guy than a comic book guy. It's not that I don't love the comics, it's just what I grew up on because I was an 86, 87, maybe 88 Joe kid. So I knew very little about Stalker because, as you know, other than throwing a couple of guys around in the opening theme, and I think he maybe had one line early on, Stalker didn't do a whole lot in the cartoon. So, but if you're a comic person, I know, because I hear it all the time, they love this guy. So I'm going to learn with you, and if you probably know jump cut, you probably know more information about Stalker than I do, so don't get frustrated. We're gonna have a good time opening this bad boy up. I have a box cutter here. Always try to do this as close to your face as possible, okay? And we're just gonna fire up this Vincent Gambini, this Mamma Jamma, and get him out and take a look at this dude. I should have taken this opportunity before I sliced open the bubble there. Just take a look at the card art. I understand it's not the exact, and not an exact reproduction of vintage ones in the past. However, I always thought this looked very cool. There's the yellow back behind him, and I noticed there are some 25th anniversaries that have the from the comic logo up here in the top right, as opposed to 25th. So I guess this is even more comic than comic. So I'm getting an education along with you guys. I understand most of you who would watch this video owned this thing 13, 14 years ago. I'm just getting into this bad boy now. So I want to tell you what a Sunbow guy thinks of this very comic booky character. Oh yeah, Daddy, we're taking a pretty decent look at Stalker right here. Forgive the background, that's my homemade 1983 hindquarters for a video I'm working on, and this guy is going to be in it. I wanted someone a bit old school and a pretty bad dude to go along with the a 1983 more olive drab green themed kind of deal, and I didn't think it would be complete without Stalker despite knowing very little about him. So I'm going to bring him just a little bit closer yonder and get a little focus, and we're going to take a look at this dude's. I always like to look at the face. Yeah, there you go. Just a mean mugging dude. You know what I'm talking about? That's just a dude you don't want to mess with. I love the spot of red on his beret. So you know, this guy doesn't play around. I made a mistake of putting his weapons in ahead of time, but in here comes a pistol that I will never get out again, okay? I broke this thumb very badly along last year, so that's never going to happen. But there's a pistol snugly in there that I'm not worried about losing. And I understand that this is an homage to the rifle that he had way back in 1982, 3. Sorry for the camera, right here. And here we go. There's that bad boy. I know nothing about guns, okay? And this is Stalker's knife as well. So he came with this, and these things. I'm making the wild assumption that in the vintage Stalker figure there was a molded knife on the side or something to that nature, and this is just how they complete the deal. That is Stalker, not the Stalker like your next door neighbor who just sees you on a sidewalk and then says something casually like, "Hey Bob, looks like you own a lot of leather." Like, "Hey Frankie, why don't you mind your own business?" No, this is a GI Joe vintage Stalker. He is a ranger, and I'm going to have him lead a couple of guys. I think Rock and Roll, Duke, and Spirit through the jungle. That sounds like a good crew, a good foursome to have. There's some Cobra signals in the jungle, and they're going to have a little bit of trouble with that. So tune in for that. That's coming up, and I'm very excited to learn some more about this guy. Let me spin him around. We'll do the file card in just a second to get the full deal. It's funny how few G.I. Joe characters were all in camouflage, but you need a few, and I tell you, visually, I have no complaints. His articulation is standard for the modern. Oh, I love this too. I want to mention this. Some of the first 25th anniversary figures have the figure stands with the one peg for the feet as opposed to the two. This guy has 2 foot pegs, and I love that because the guys with the one peg, I'm grateful for the stand. Believe me, you need it. You can't really have the figure without it. But with the one stand, what happens is one foot becomes kind of loose with it, and also they're always leaning to the side. Like there's some kind of arthritic faction of GI Joe that we don't know about, or Cobra got beat up so badly now everybody walks with a limp and has a has a rap album coming out next fall. So these are 2 foot pegs, and I cannot appreciate that more. I love the boots too. Yeah, I think visually they did a good job with them, and I'm already totally in love with this dude. I'm an easy guy to please. I got Wild Bill coming in the mail too, so I'll do one of those for fun boxing. Yeah. So in case you've been living in a bubble, I make jokes. In case you've been living in a bubble, you would know Stalker is one of the original 1982 Joes, and the file cards for these, for the back at the time, probably had no Cobras on it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I bet you it had a bunch of Joes where it just said what their role was, the bazooka guy, the commando, etc., etc. In this case, of course, we're just looking at other 25th anniversary modern figures. But let's do the file card here. Let's have a little fun with this. So I'm going to learn a bit about Stalker, and you can watch me learn. Okay. He is a ranger, codenamed Sergeant Stalker. Okie dokie. I didn't even know he was Sergeant Stalker. Look at that. I was a jackass the whole time. File name Lonzo R. Wilkinson. Military specialty infantry. Secondary specialty medic interpreter. Birthplace Detroit, Michigan. Okay. Sergeant Stalker is one of the original members of the GI Joe team. Haha. Prior to enlistment, he was warlord of a large urban street gang. Good gravy. Fluent in Spanish, Arabic, French, and Swahili. Graduated top of class basic combat training, advanced infantry training, top of class. Oh my goodness. Special training, U.S. Army Language School, Intelligence School, qualified expert M14, M16, M1911A1, auto pistol, M3A1. I don't know what these things mean. Grease gun, M32, pulverizer. That sounds devastating. And submachine gun. And we have a quote here. I think this is, oh, sweet goodness gracious, forgive me. We have a quote here. Functions well under high stress situations. Intelligent, perceptive, moves like some sort of jungle cat. Silent, fast, but strong. And that's our new Ranger, Stalker. Welcome to the team. He looks great atop the cage here of my 1983 GI Joe hindquarters I got coming up in an adventure called Army Builders. Little wink wink. I think some of you guys watching that will dig that. Hey, what are you doing, Grenadier Distro? Get out of here, okay? What are you doing? You don't belong in the 83 hindquarters. So, Stalker, welcome to the team. I think he's outstanding. He's going to do great. Never give up, and stay till the fight's won. See you at the next Funboxing. Oh, yeah. Focus. Yeah, right into the video scoop. I am looking at you doing the thing, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Damn, distortion space is the place, yeah. Talk about Stalker. I'm gonna do a little bit of work. I'm gonna get some water right there. Yeah, hydration is key. Yes, it is. All right. Let's talk about a toy. Hey, what are you doing? Stop there. You are not gonna grenadier yourself to these Joes. Okay, yeah. Sure.